Tucker Carlson strongly condemns those who harm individuals for expressing the truth and those who take offense merely because the truth is spoken. He distinguishes between political disagreements, which he believes should be debated, and a more profound issue that he likens to a theological problem. Carlson asserts that when people maliciously harm truth-tellers or take offense at truthful statements, it transcends politics and resembles a form of theological zealotry. Don't miss, how does Tucker Carlson distinguish between politics and theology in his statement? What are the key characteristics that Carlson attributes to actions driven by malice? Why does Carlson associate being offended by the truth with a departure from politics into theology?
But if you're channeling actual evil
In the exploration of ideas, a clear distinction arises between strong moral positions, complex political inconsistencies, and behaviors or intentions seen as truly detrimental.
if you're trying to destroy people for the sake of destroying them, if you are lying for the sake of lying,
Lying for the sake of lying concerns about deception also encompass the idea of dishonesty, emphasizing the importance of valuing both integrity and moral rectitude.
for the thrill of telling a lie, and if you are hurting people for the sin of telling the truth,
Hurting people for the sin of telling the truth in the face of concerns surrounding cancel culture and ideological suppression, the statement emphasizes the importance of freely expressing the truth without fear of punishment.
and you're offended simply because it is true, if the idea that somebody somewhere might be saying a true thing,
Enraged by the idea that somebody might be saying a true thing, discusses concerns regarding the value of unrestricted expression paired with an heightened sensitivity to uncomfortable truth.
enrages you, that's not politics, that's theology.
That's not politics. That's theology. The concerns about ideological extremism are centered on the alteration of political discourse, shaping it into a framework reminiscent of a strict and dogmatic belief system. Tucker Carlson emphasizes the crucial difference between political differences and the purposeful harm done to truth-tellers. He cautions against a concerning pattern of targeting individuals who speak the truth and taking offense simply because a statement is true. Carlson's criticism shines a light on how political conversations become distorted when speaking the truth is met with hostility and harm. His comments underscore the importance of fostering open debate and embracing diverse perspectives instead of resorting to malicious intentions and offense when faced with truthful statements. The psychological intricacies of truth-telling intersect with confrontation, encompassing emotional responses triggered by challenging or denying uncomfortable truths due to personal or ideological motives. Carlson's comments underscore the anguish experienced by truth-tellers, highlighting the psychological impact of fear and reprisal when confronting inconvenient truths. They delve into the psychological implications of oppression and the backlash faced by truth advocates, as well as the repercussions of expressing genuine opinions. Tucker Carlson draws parallels between politics and theology, exploring the boundary between political discourse and deeply ingrained theological beliefs, examining how entrenched convictions influence political conduct and societal unity. Unveiling the psychological incentives behind deceit and manipulation in political dialogue, the discussion touches upon lies for personal gain. It analyzes how societal polarization and the US versus them mentality disrupt group dynamics, impeding constructive dialogue and fostering social division. Additionally, it scrutinizes the media's role in shaping public perception, contrasting truth with narrative and its potential influence on individual beliefs, actions, and societal attitudes toward truthfulness in politics.
What do you think?
Tucker Carlson emphasizes the importance of nurturing independence and strength, drawing parallels between responsible governance and good parenting. He stresses that true care means empowering individuals rather than fostering dependency, likening it to how parents' actions can unintentionally harm children by encouraging reliance. Carlson's insights extend beyond just governance, warning against societal influences that knowingly or unknowingly obstruct personal growth and weaken individuals. Don't miss, how does Tucker Carlson correlate a caring government with parenting? What are the repercussions of fostering dependency according to Carlson? What analogy does Carlson draw between negative bombardment and genuine care?
A government that cares about you tries to elevate you, tries to make you stronger, more independent, as you would with your children.
A government that cares about you tries to elevate you, tries to make you stronger, more independent, as you would with your children. Advocates for limited government, individual empowerment, and benevolent governance, emphasizing the importance of fostering personal responsibility. It draws parallels with parenting to highlight the value of individual prowess and self-reliance over increasing dependency.
Any parent who inculcates dependency in kids is killing the kids.
Any parent who inculcates dependency in kids is killing the kids. The negative repercussions of fostering dependency, particularly the rise of extreme viewpoints. It emphasizes that an over-reliance on external assistance, whether from parents or the government, can impede personal growth and autonomy.
If you're 15 years old, your parents are like, oh, did you have a bad dream? Come sleep in bed with us. If you're 25 and your parents are like, you don't need a job, just live with us. Mom will make you Captain Crunch for breakfast. They're trying to hurt you whether they know it or not. Anyone who tries to make you dependent is trying to hurt you. Anyone who tries to make you weaker does not have your best interest in mind.
Anyone who tries to make you dependent is trying to hurt you. Anyone who tries to make you weaker does not have your best interest in mind. In promoting personal strength and resilience, it is vital to avoid fostering dependency or weakness. Instead of encouraging reliance solely for the individual's benefit, it is crucial to instill confidence in their abilities and demonstrate genuine care.
And anyone who bombards you with ugliness hates you. And we are being bombarded with ugliness, and we don't even notice.
And anyone who bombards you with ugliness hates you. And we are being bombarded with ugliness, and we don't even notice. In light of the adverse effects of prevalent negativity and discord in society, it is crucial to cultivate a positive and optimistic atmosphere. Those disseminating pessimism through various channels, including media, may unintentionally neglect the welfare of individuals. Carlson advocates adopting a critical outlook toward influences that breed dependence, stressing the need for people to acknowledge their negative consequences. He parallels familial nurturing with governance, highlighting how fostering reliance hampers individual growth. Carlson urges contemplation on the prevalent negativity and societal messages and advises being cautious of influences that weaken personal strength and self-sufficiency. Overall, the message emphasizes the significance of nurturing resilience and self-reliance when facing life's hurdles, exploring the parallels between governmental duties and principles found in parenting, the influence of metaphors on individual perspectives, and the autonomy attributed to government roles is evident. The potential peril of heightened reliance, its impact on personal development and resilience, whether at an individual or societal level, significantly shapes psychological maturation, self-worth, and independence. The psychological facets of empowerment, governmental initiatives aimed at fostering self-sufficiency, emphasizing personal choice and autonomy, contribute profoundly to mental well-being and individual advancement. Examining the psychological ramifications of negativity and its detrimental effects, prolonged exposure to pessimism profoundly impacts mental health, resilience, and societal harmony. It's imperative to discern how psychological resilience is fostered and upheld amidst pervasive social negativity. Crafting policies, governmental frameworks that foster societal awareness, influence individual conduct, and either nurture self-reliance or perpetuate dependence, have the potential to impact human psychological attitudes and social dynamics significantly. It hinges on an individual's value system, considering the equilibrium between individual and communal needs within society, how governmental policies strike a balance between personal growth and societal support, the psychological implications of collective responsibility, and the potential implications of collective responsibility and the potential impact on individual well-being.
What do you think?
Tucker Carlson explores the changing worldview that appears to challenge Western civilization, linking it to its Christian roots. He highlights the Christian principles at the core of Western civilization, emphasizing values such as individual significance and the soul. Carlson contends that this analysis is not an assault on those with different beliefs, but rather an acknowledgement of the fundamental principles that have shaped the Western world. Don't miss what defines Western civilization according to Tucker Carlson. How does the Christian foundation distinguish Western civilization? What are the contrasting aspects between Western and Eastern worldviews?
So why are they doing this? Because they don't consider you human.
Because they don't consider you human. These suggest a sense of dehumanization, highlighting how supporters of conservative ideals might overlook or belittle those who share similar belief.
That's why. It's that simple. You would never treat a fellow human being the way they are treating you. And the last thing I'll say, which I've been thinking about a lot, and this is kind of inchoate, so pardon me if I don't explain it correctly, but I do think we're looking at a very different worldview from the one that we assumed we were looking at. This is not a Western worldview. The goal is to overthrow Western civilization.
We're looking at a very different worldview. This is not a Western worldview. The goal is to overthrow Western civilization. Discusses the importance of protecting cultural values, addressing the threats faced by Western civilization, and examining how its core values are being undermined. It highlights concerns about the slow erosion of long-standing traditions and institutions.
What is Western civilization? Anyone Wikipedia that recently? It's Christian civilization. That's what it is.
Western civilization. It's Christian civilization. That's what it is. Christianity holds a crucial place in Western civilization, shaping its values and moral foundation. It's deeply intertwined with religious traditions, serving as a cornerstone that influences various aspects of Western culture.
And by the way, if I can just say, as a nod to my fairly ecumenical beliefs, you don't have to be a Christian to live in that civilization, to love it, to uphold it, to benefit from it.
You don't have to be a Christian to live in that civilization, to love it, to uphold it, to benefit from it. Western civilization holds an inherent inclusivity that can connect with various religious beliefs, nurturing tolerance and embracing values grounded in acceptance.
But we should not lie about where the civilization comes from, because it's based on the precepts of a very specific religion. That's called Christianity. And it's very different from the Eastern view. And that's not an indictment of people who live in the East, many of whom I love, the East of the globe, I mean, at all. And a lot of them want to live in a Western civilization. So again, I'm not kind of attacking anybody. I'm just noting that the Western worldview, the Christian worldview, upon which Europe and the United States and the Anglosphere, meaning Canada, above us, and New Zealand and Australia, were founded on these ideas. What are those ideas? Well, the core idea is that the individual matters. The individual has a soul.
The core idea is that the individual matters. The individual has a soul. The significance of the individual and the ethereal concept of the soul contemplates the responsibility of each person, cherishing their freedom, and emphasizing a moral framework rooted in Judeo-Christian principles. It elaborates on the rights inherent to individuals and the values they embody. Carlson highlights the shift in societal values, emphasizing the ongoing challenge to the Christian foundation of Western civilization. He urges recognition of Christianity's impact on shaping the Western perspective while respecting other cultures. Carlson emphasizes the significance of individuality and the soul in defining Western civilization, inviting those who resonate with these values to embrace and flourish within this cultural framework. Human connections to civilization-based identities delve into the intricate psychological bonds individuals form with cultural and historical heritages. These attachments can incite emotions like fear, defense, or a sense of belonging when these identities feel threatened. Conflicts arising from diverse cultural and ideological standpoints often trigger cognitive dissonance, emotional distress, or the reinforcement of group affiliations. The debate ensues over whether a society that values individualism, personal autonomy, responsibility, and community unity, fostering individuality within the realm of Western civilization, should outweigh collective responsibility and societal expectations. Societies tend to emotionally react to shifts in cultural norms, adaptations to emerging ideologies, and perceived risks to cultural legacies. Acknowledging the human element within conflicts, delving into the psychological facets of empathy versus dehumanization in social dialogues, and recognizing the shared humanity can significantly influence perceptions and behaviors across various ideologies and groups.
What do you think?
I promote myself and my videos. Hello, I'm Bong Sim, a Canadian resident of Asian descent. During the day, I work as a professional counselor, and at night, I do Uber food delivery. Instead of speaking in my videos, I prefer to express myself through writing. In today's world, speaking the truth can have serious consequences, both for my professional life and personal well-being. That's why I'm choosing to pen down my thoughts and using a platform to share them on my behalf. Some people find my videos uninteresting, too strict, and they even criticize the appearance of the individuals featured, including their tiredness, Asian, or perceived flaws. I understand these concerns, but I genuinely believe in the purpose behind creating these videos. Unfortunately, recent Canadian legislation has resulted in the censorship of free speech and online content, and although Google hasn't explicitly admitted their involvement, I suspect they play a part in it. Despite my efforts to monetize my content on YouTube, I haven't been able to earn any income from it. I've tried 3 times, and all my attempts were rejected. They turned me down for reasons like lacking creativity, not having a recognizable face, or not having a distinct voice. Nevertheless, I've made several adjustments to my videos, hoping to overcome these challenges. If you share my belief and support what I'm doing, I would genuinely appreciate your backing.